Hey everybody, this is the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to talk to you about my thoughts on the Avatar The Last Airbender Season 2 teaser trailer. So, pictures are finally out, the teaser trailer is finally out, and we finally got a look at how everybody looks, and everybody looks the same except for Aang. Which is the big talk online. Not only is he the big talk online, but so is Toph. And so, the first season, and of course, everybody on the internet is divided again. Like, pretty much on Twitter, everybody's all like, there's no point for a second season. Everybody hated the first. Why make a second? There are some people talking about, when did the first season come out? I hate when people say that. You know damn well when the first season came out and you knew everybody was talking about it online. Like, come on now. I hate when people say crap like that. And so, and then there are some people who are criticizing the Toph actress based on just the picture and how she looked, talking about Toph was really cute in the cartoon and she was my crush, and the actress doesn't look that cute. I am so sick of all these toxic men just trying to hammer out something online offensive so people can click on their post and like it or repost it or crap like that. The actress is very beautiful. She's a little too tall, but she's very beautiful. And so, yeah, I just wanted to point out some of the things I saw in the trailer that I remember from, like, book two of Avatar, and some things that just don't look right, and some things that just look different. And so, like, first, here is the poster. And when it comes to the Katara and, like, Sokka stars, they look absolutely the same. The only person who looks completely different is the actor who plays Aang. Dude went through a growth spurt and everything. Now, let's see, it's 2025 now. This new season comes out in 2026. Last year and stuff, they filmed it in 2023. I think this series came out in 2022, and then they filmed it in either 2021 or 2020. And so, yeah, the actor was really young back then. He is now a teenager, and dude grew. But we knew he grew from, like, the interviews he did after season one. But he really, really grew now. They really should have filmed season one and two back to back. Like, they really should have. Because I want to see Aang as a little kid, not as like a teenager and stuff. Like, he just looks like he's ready to, like, do, like, he looks like he should be in, like, the flashbacks of, like, the core show or something like that. I don't know. Like, this was an opportunity of a lifetime for that actor. So I get why they didn't want to recast him. Sometimes you have to just, like, suck it up and recast sometimes just for that visual, like, universe you're creating and everything. So I don't know. If I was creating this show, I either would have filmed back to back, but of course, because he was younger, you're not really allowed to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a kid actor. I either would have filmed back to back, or at least the scenes that he was in, I would have filmed back to back. Yeah, probably season three too. I don't know. Or I probably would have just recast, but recast might look very similar to him. But then again, if the new actor didn't act like him, that would have been a problem. So it could have been one of those things that where I also would have done, like, instead of saying a time jump, I just would have said that, hey, since he was locked in the avatar state for over 100 years, it messed up with his body. So he literally grew within like a couple of like weeks or months. So I would have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they're gonna do a time jump. They said, I think, which instead of a time jump, I just like would have just said that, the powers that, make him like the avatar and everything, and being in the avatar state for 100 years, it really messed with his hormones and his bodies, and he could literally age in a couple of months and get really tall. That's how I would have done it. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. So, tall Aang and older Aang is just something we're going to have to deal with. Now, as for season 3, if they get it, which everything I see in this teaser trailer only comes from book 2. So, if they do a season 3, yeah, he's going to be pretty old. And even taller. So, just going to deal with it, I guess. But on to, like, say, Toph. Now, there was an actress narrating the trailer because nobody talks in the trailer. It's just a vignette. And so it's either the Toph actress who is narrating or it's Qatar. I think it might be Qatar because it's been a while since I heard the actress voice who plays Toph. So I'm not really sure. But as for Toph, she looks great. Her clothes look the way they should look. Her hair looks the way it should look, but it should be a little bit thicker. In my opinion, it's a little bit like on the thin side, but it should have been a little bit thicker. This is probably when they should have added like, like a wig or some like extensions or something like that. She has like, the gray like eyes, the way she's supposed to in like, the series. And we really get like a brief glimpse of her. You can see better in the poster. And she's just like walking down the steps because she's about to do the whole blind bandit thing for the earthbending match. I don't, it's hard to tell if she's wearing the championship belt or not. I have no idea. I hope so. I want to see that belt in all its like glory and everything. And we see Aang, Katara, and like, what's his name? Sokka, like watching the bending match. But as you can tell, Aang is not in disguise. He's just wearing his regular clothes. And it's just kind of weird because it's kind of like Aang is supposed to be wanted because he's the avatar. Azula is in the Fire Nation is legit looking for this dude. He's not supposed to be all out in the open at this like tournament match, but yet he is. And so once again, they are deviating from source material like they said they would. So I don't like this because logically he is supposed to be in disguise. Now, the Toph actress is tall as well. She's only a few inches shorter than Sokka. And she's supposed to be really, really short. Like, only like 8 years old. Now, it's been a while since I saw the actress act. It was a couple of years back in the first season of the reboot of Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was on Nickelodeon. The Carnival one. And she was short in that, and she was young in that. But a couple of years have now passed, and she's gotten a little bit taller and older and stuff. And so the idea of a little girl beating people up, the illusion is now kind of gone because she's almost as tall as Sokka. And he's supposed to be the tallest one, like from season 1. So now it's just like, okay, a teenage girl can beat you up. But we know teenage girls can beat you up in this series because the trio is in this series. So, like, yeah, they should have found somebody who was shorter, but the actress does look like a live action Toph, so that's really cool. I remember when she got cast, people was doing like AI art and everything, and that AI art was spot on how she looks and everything. We see her sonic vibrations. They look similar to the cartoon, but also in a realistic form. Instead of it being black, white, and just like this glowing white light that like illuminates around whatever it touches and makes that ominous, really cool noise. Now it's blue and black. and it's still, the light still hovers around like objects, but it doesn't glow. And it also, when it like hovers around like, objects, it actually takes the legit shape of whatever it is hovering over, but kind of makes it in this dot like sand, almost like pebble looking look almost, which, it looks cool for live action. But the thing is, she's supposed to be blind and not know exactly how everything looks and exactly like, stuff like that. Like, 'cause when we saw in the older series, it's more like a silhouette kind of thing. So this is very, very, very detailed. And it almost, and so it's kind of like, I don't know. So her eyesight should be very, very good through the sonic vibrations and stuff. And like, but it's a little too detailed in my opinion. And I don't hear the ominous music that was always so awesome. We also see her form, her like rock, like shield fist type thing, which we never saw her do at the tournament. We see her do this later on, and then Aang copied it and stuff. I don't really mind that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, I guess that means that the action in the tournament is going to be more action packed, which is really cool because I do love action. But the thing about her being the blind bandit is that she takes people out within seconds, before they can even make a move. So her like armoring up and everything, that tells me right there it's gonna be more combative and everything. But the whole point of it being very quick, you know what I'm saying, is to show just how like much of like a badass that she is, you know what I'm saying? Now, this could be towards the end when her and Aang are getting rescued and she takes on everybody. So I don't mind that she armors up then because we get to see more of what she does and stuff. But once again, it's supposed to show just how she's able to duck and weave and like, anticipate everybody's move before like it actually happens. So either way, I'm not too bothered by this. Cause I do love action and stuff like that, but it's just the logic behind it, you know what I'm saying? Like of who this mysterious like girl is and everything. We see them head to Boston, say and everything, and they're going over that giant like rock cliff and stuff near like the ocean, and they're taking with them a bunch of refugees. So this is great because this is exactly what's in season 2. And we see Aang in the water and he's fighting some type of water monster just like in season 2 of the animated series. The monster does look a little bit different from what it's supposed to look like and like, the animation. But that's okay and everything, that's fine and stuff, as long as it's a giant water monster and stuff like that. Now, one person I was surprised to see is the Mechanist son and everything. He's part of this refugee, like, travel ban and stuff. And he wasn't in the animated series. I guess they wanted to do more with his character other than having him show up for the big fight towards the middle of like the season. We don't see Sokka and Katara do much at all, but we do see Sokka fight alongside Suki when taking on Mei and Ty Lee. This never happened in the second season of the animated series because when Suki met the trio, it was in like Appa's Lost Days when they found Appa and like, the trio showed up and they fought them very briefly, but we never truly got to see that full on like battle, I don't think. And then after that, we don't know what happened to Suki. So they're gonna change things up here, like with with them like fighting with Suki. So either when they're heading to Boston, say they get attacked, or maybe possibly Suki joins them for the rest of season 2. Don't know yet. The last thing I wanted to talk about was Uncle Iroh and Zuko, because we don't really get to see nothing else like from book 2 of the animated series in this trailer. All like the big events and stuff, other than like Azula like shooting lightning and stuff. But we see Iroh teaching Zuko how to redirect lightning and stuff. And I have a major problem with this scene. First of all, Zuko's hair is completely wrong. It's supposed to be a buzz cut, and it's not. It's just his book 3 like hair and everything, where it's kind of like short and shaggy and stuff. So I'm just kind of like, dude, seriously, they couldn't get the dude's hair right? Like, come on now. Come on now. And not only that, but I'm upset with the outfits they're wearing. They are supposed to be in the Earth Kingdom, and they're supposed to be in there for quite a while and everything. And they're supposed to be wearing green outfits, and they're not. Iroh's just wearing some regular like outfit, and Zuko is wearing what appears to be his blue spirit outfit because he has the swords in the back. Now we know when Iroh like found Zuko and taught him this move, Zuko was like, well, Iroh was hurt because Azula blasted him with lightning, and Zuko was wearing kind of like this muted green type outfit because he was like on his own and Iroh let him go off, but he was secretly tracking him and stuff like that. And when Iroh healed up, he taught him how to do the lightning thing. Was it really that hard to put green outfits on them and like, a buzz cut and like wrapped bandages around like Iroh? Like, was that really so hard? And stuff, because like, why aren't they wearing green? They're in the freaking Earth Kingdom, for crying out loud. But what, that's like my biggest nitpick with this like teaser trailer. I hope season 2 is gonna be good. Like, when it comes to season 1, I was mixed. It's not a horrible season. It's just, I don't like the liberties they took with it, with changing certain things around, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm okay if they like, switch up a few things here and there, but not to the extent that they did in season 1, where they just mashed every book together and started showing people who aren't even supposed to appear in season 1. But, nevertheless, I'm hoping that it will be enjoyable and stuff like that. Fingers crossed and everything. It does make me wonder if they're going to get a season 3. And I'm really curious to know what the heck Katara is going to do this season. We don't see her, like, argue with Toph or nothing like that. We don't see her train Aang and more waterbending stuff. We don't even get to see her waterbend at all. We don't even get to see nobody firebend. It does make me wonder. We do see the Fire Nation for some bizarre reason. And so, like, we don't get to see Aang, like, learn how to, like, bend, like, earth and anything like that. Because, they try to keep this teaser trailer just that, a teaser and stuff. So I can't wait for the full-on, like, trailer. Alrighty, well, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.